What really happens when you pray lying down? Not at church, not on your knees, just here, in bed, in the dark, when the world has gone quiet and all that's left is your breath, your thoughts, and the silence of the night. Is God still listening? Let me tell you something. Most people won't say out loud, yes, this moment right here could be one of the holiest moments of your life. Because prayer isn't bound by posture. It doesn't require a formula. It isn't confined to temples or routines. The God who met Elijah in a cave, who heard Jonah from the belly of a fish, who strengthened Jesus in the night at Gethsemane, that same God is right here in this room with you. Psalm 63:6 says, "On my bed, I remember you. I think of you through the watches of the night." That wasn't poetic fluff. That was real. David wasn't kneeling. He was lying down just like you are now, and heaven heard him. But there's a deeper layer we need to talk about. Your bed is both sanctuary and battlefield. It's a place of rest, yes, but also a place where your soul can quietly fall asleep. Not physically, but spiritually. You start thinking, I'll pray in the morning. I'll get serious about God later. But friend, later is not guaranteed. Time is not something we own. And eternity doesn't wait for convenience. You are in a moment right now that could shift everything. The whisper you offer in the quiet right now could be the one that moves angels, the one that writes your name in the Lamb's book of life, the one that starts a chain reaction in the unseen realm. This isn't just about comfort. This is a divine intersection. So, I want to ask you something bold. Will you pray now? Will you speak, even if your voice is barely a whisper in the dark? Because God isn't waiting for you to be perfect. He's just waiting for you to be real. Now, as you step into this sacred moment, I invite you to make a declaration. If you're ready to turn this quiet place into a holy place, if your heart is saying yes, type Amen in the comments right now. Let it be your first step. Let it be your cry into eternity. And don't go anywhere, stay with me until the very end, because we're about to close with a powerful prayer that could be the beginning of something brand new in your walk with God. So, if prayer isn't about posture, then what is it about? It starts here. God sees the heart before the knees ever bend. Long before your body moves, your soul is already speaking. You don't need stained glass or perfect words. You don't even need to be fully awake. What God listens for isn't how you look, but how honest you are. In Proverbs 21:2, we're reminded, "Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord weighs the heart." You could be lying under blankets, weary and wordless. Yet if your spirit is reaching for him, heaven takes notice. What God desires is sincerity, a heart that dares to be real. There's power in this kind of hidden honesty, the kind that doesn't wait for a church pew or a Sunday service, the kind that simply says, "God, I need you," even if no one else hears. Think of Hagar in the wilderness, abandoned, exhausted, unseen by everyone but one. She didn't kneel in reverence or speak poetic prayers. She cried out in desperation. And in Genesis 16:13, she gave God a name, El Roi, the God who sees me. That's who hears you when you pray from your bed in the dark. Not a distant deity, but a Father who sees behind the silence and understands the language of a broken heart. And there's more. Because these night prayers, these whispered words in the shadows, carry a unique power. Something sacred happens when you pray in the quiet hours. When the world is asleep and distractions fade, your soul finally speaks without filter. There's no performance, just presence. This is the kind of prayer that strips you down to the core. No masks, no noise. Just you and God. It's not just vulnerability, it's warfare. Isaiah 26:9 says, "My soul yearns for you in the night. In the morning my spirit longs for you." Night prayer isn't just an act of faith, it's a defense against fear. A way of placing your soul in God's hands before the dreams begin. Even Jesus, facing the weight of the cross, went into the night to pray not once, but repeatedly. It was in the stillness of night that he poured out his anguish, surrendered his will, and found the strength to go on. And maybe that's what your night prayer will become, not polished words, but raw surrender, not a performance, but a lifeline.